Greetings. This is Graham Warren working with you on um, the current workflow of the hip hop case. This is our model. Going to look at the parameterization of this with you. So we have one dedicated anesthesiologist in each track, one dedicated surgeon in each track, two dedicated ORs in each track, no CRNAs, no PAs, and we're scheduling 6 patients a day. We're going to run this. So the staffing is compliant with the requirements of Hipkins, where we have at least one dedicated anesthesiologist and surgeon per track. And the ratios of PAs to surgeons obviously satisfied because there are no PAs, and the same for CRNAs. It's 2 CRNAs to an anesthesiologist, 1 PA to a surgeon. The question is, are we meeting those red lines for the burnout? So they're set ridiculously low at 50%. You're going to have to come back in and decide what those red lines should be, and then reassess the current setup with those red lines, with the revised red lines. So here we go. Going to run this just fast to completion. We'll run it a few times and just see what we got. So we got 4 surgeries in A, 5 in B. Here are the 4, and then of course the 5. Flow times at 168, 169. Your revenue is $39 million. Patient penalty, that's that $50 per flow time minute per surgery. So $20 million. So that leaves roughly about a $20 million profit. Of course, the patient penalty is just sort of an opportunity cost. That's that penalty for patient well-being. One thing to notice that I changed, and since the last clip, is I decided to draw from these folks. The ORs are drawn from the OR pool before the dedicated ORs. That's not true for the anesthesiologists and the surgeons. So in these seizures, in these seizing of the resources here, for example, it first goes and has a look at the dedicated anesthesiologists for track A, and then the CRNA pool. Same for B, and similarly for surgery A, it looks first at surgeons A and then at the pool. All right. So the question is, are we satisfying our red lines? And it's obviously not the case. You can see the anesthesiologists are almost at 100%, and the surgeons are somewhere between 65 and 70% here. No CRNAs and PAs because there are none in the process. And the registrars are doing just fine. They're under that 50% burnout red line. Same with the EVS staff. So I'm going to run this 1 or 2 more times just to see if that assessment is fair. Here it goes again. 80 to 90% utilizations for the anesthesiologists, low utilizations for the registrars EVS, and the surgeons are in this case 60 to 66 range. Here you only got 4 surgeries in each case. Each day will vary. We'll do 1 more time, but I think it's clear that the base case is not compliant. This current workflow is not compliant. Anesthesiologists are too highly utilized. Same with the surgeons. Here's one that's 56, 61, 62, but 4 and 5 surgeries. Registrars and EVS folks are fine. So I think the first thing to do would be to think about how we're going to alleviate the pressure on the anesthesiologists. As the first order of business, we do need to help the surgeons as well, potentially. We'll look at that in the next clip.